president Irfan Ali en de First Lady van Guyana. Die zijn thans in Suriname in verband met de festiviteiten rond de viering van 45 jaar staatkundige onafhankelijkheid. Vandaag heeft de president van Guyana een ontmoeting gehad met president Chandrika Persat Santokhi. De ontmoeting die is achter gesloten deuren geweest in het presidentieel paleis en daarna zijn beide staatshoofden naar buiten gekomen en hebben het volgende statement gegeven.
Let me start by informing you that we had a very fruitful meeting, a meeting on which we'll elaborate further in this press conference. It's a great honor and privilege to have hosted the first meeting of the Strategic Dialogue and Cooperation Platform, together with His Excellency President Mohammed Irfan Ali. This is the materialization of our aspirations to energize the collaboration between our two countries and to personally give direction to the cooperation between Suriname and Guyana. On behalf of the government and people of the Republic of Suriname, I have conveyed a warm Surinamese welcome to the President Ali and his delegation during his auspicious visit to Suriname. This visit, the first visit abroad of President Ali, reflects the strategic bond and friendship between our two nations. As small border nations, it is of utmost importance to maintain good neighborliness, to join efforts, and to form strategic alliances to achieve maximum successes for the development aspirations of both our peoples in different areas of the economy. I'm convinced that we'll be able to achieve massive steps ahead in developing our beloved countries in the coming years. During our deliberations today, we have reiterated the importance of further deepening of the political dialogue at the highest level and to give direction to and monitor the bilateral negotiations and future undertakings in order to achieve tangible development results. Now, with the recent oil findings in both countries and the mitigation of COVID-19 pandemic, the momentum is there to target our focus on sustainable development and resolution of the existing common challenges of two developing countries. We also use this occasion to continue our plans to jointly take on the bridging of the Quarantine River with the signing of a memorandum of understanding in this regard, which will be signed by the Ministers of Foreign Affairs after this press conference. This bridge on the Quarantine River is not only important to facilitate the movement of persons and goods, trade, and cross-border cooperation, but it also symbolizes a transition from the old to a new era, the era of well-being and prosperity of our peoples and freedom, democracy, and the rule of law. In closing, I express appreciation to President Ali, First Lady Mrs. Arya Ali, and delegation to have graciously accepted the invitation to join Suriname in its commemoration of the 45th anniversary of independence, for having constructive discussions, and for setting out the work plan for the working groups to start their mission. And the working groups will start immediately after this session, start working and to give direction to all the actions what we had agreed during our meeting. I was honored to have reciprocated the warm hospitality bestowed upon me and my delegation when we visited Guyana for the inauguration of President Ali. Suriname and Guyana, as friendly neighbors, will continue the long-lasting partnership for the betterment of their countries and prosperity of their people.
First, let me say that I'm extremely happy to be here in Suriname to join with the people of this country in celebrating this independence milestone. This is also a significant year for Guyana-Suriname relations. November the 25th, 2020 will mark 45 years since the establishment of formal diplomatic relations between our countries. Guyana and Suriname share a mutual desire for an invigorated relationship through enhanced and sustained dialogue and a practical and effective program of cooperation. During this visit, we have already had the opportunity to review the progress made on issues we had agreed upon in August. We also discussed several other areas for possible cooperation. We have taken the important step by formalizing a new cooperation mechanism, the agreement creating the Strategic Dialogue Cooperation Platform will be signed today. This establishes a framework for dialogue and cooperation which will guide our future collaborative efforts aimed at improving the lives of our people in every possible way. We expect that the joint working groups will meet expeditiously, as President Santoki said, beginning just after this press briefing, to agree and activate their work program. I would like to take this opportunity to elaborate on some of the other issues which were discussed. In the area of transportation, in view of critical role the ferry service plays in the movement of goods and people, we have agreed that issues affecting the resumption of the ferry should be urgently resolved. Our ministers will sign a memorandum of understanding for the construction of a bridge across the Quarantine River. Once constructed, not if constructed, the bridge will serve as a permanent physical link between the people of Guyana and Suriname. But more importantly, that link to the rest of South America continent. We recognize the enormous benefits that this can bring in the areas of tourism, transportation, and trade. To this end, we have even expanded our discussion in areas where we can jointly promote business opportunities and tourism opportunities for both countries. It is therefore expected that the proposed road alignment will create within its vicinity the possibilities for free trade zone, enhance land value, and this, of course, will reduce the cost of doing business and increase the ease of doing business. We cannot help but to mention the fact that we are meeting today when our world is faced with a pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic. We have also discussed collaboration in moving forward in this era, in ensuring that our economies are not left behind, in building the right protocols and guidelines, whilst we both open up our economies to each other. Both Guyana and Suriname recognize the importance of engaging the private sectors in our strategic plans for development. In this regard, we have agreed to the creation of a Guyana-Suriname Business Facilitation Unit to manage and facilitate collaboration between our private sectors. The Council will also promote investment and business opportunities for agriculture, tourism, fisheries, and other sectors. It's important that we bring synergy to what we do, especially with the oil and gas sector. Yes, we're a small country, small population, small human resource base, small investment portfolio, but if we bring synergy to what we do, then we can have greater benefit, greater local content, and more resource flowing back inwards into the local economy. My government remains committed to the pursuit of the various bilateral initiatives agreed upon. And I look forward to working with you, my dear friend, President Santoki, and your government to advance the relationship between Guyana and Suriname. It is true that we have shared challenges, we have shared threats, and we have shared circumstances. But it is equally true that we have shared opportunities ahead. Opportunities that can only be realized if we have greater cooperation, collaboration, and integration. This is what would lead to lasting, sustainable relationship that would ultimately benefit the people of our country. Relationship based on mutual respect, shared values, development focus, people focus. Focus on the integration and regionalization of our people in an open and transparent manner, results-oriented, forward-looking, whilst recognizing our individuality based on trust and joint action. This is what we are achieving together. We can spend a lot of time focusing on negative issues, and we can use a lot of energy focusing on it. But when we convert our energy in the positive direction, it is only the country and people will benefit. Once again, to President Santoki and the people of Suriname, we thank you graciously for hosting us, and we look forward to welcoming you again and to embracing our fellow brothers and sisters here in unity, love, and peace.